Hello friends, welcome to this video. We're going to provide a detailed introduction to this program. We're calling it Pakistan, a framework for a revival. Is it revival or survival? Let's go ahead and see which one it is. So this is a very high level overview of the program. As you can well see, it's a very structured program where we divided the whole series of recommendations into five different sections. The first section, it talks about, introduces the problems, the challenges that lie ahead, where things are for Pakistan, where things have been, a very quick overview of where things have been, how badly Pakistan ranks, and a whole lot of different metrics. And the time is now. So we're trying to make a strong enough case, hopefully for you to understand that if things are bad now, imagine how bad things could be 10, 15, 20 years from now. So we're trying to make a case that something must be done and must be done now. With that, before we actually even introduce the program, what it is, we have to have certain agreements amongst us. Obviously, this is me presenting to you. So you and I, we have got this relationship or this contact going on, but this has to be expanded to the whole group, to the entire country. This cannot happen when 10% or 15% of us have an agreement and we are going off on a parallel pathway while the rest of the country just continues as business as usual, life as usual. This just cannot sustain. We need a massive change, and we need everyone to come on board. So the what agreements we are agreeing to, so this section talks about all of those agreements, the social contacts, and what we need to do, the consensus that we must have as a society at the society level. So in section two, we talk about all of those. And then in section three, we talked about some of the best models and best practices that other countries have deployed and deployed successfully in meeting some of the same objectives that we are setting out to achieve. They had challenges, they had extreme limitation, they had extreme poverty, or whatever the issues those countries were dealing with. They decided, and then they came up with a pathway, with a strategy, and they were able to make things happen. They were able to make substantial things happen. So in this section, we'll have examples coming from China, from Singapore, from South Korea, from lots of examples will come from India, from other places as well. The whole idea being that not just to limit the fact that those countries were almost at the same level or even behind Pakistan in certain areas just a lifetime ago, 40, 50 years ago, and yet they have gone so far ahead that it's we can't even put them on the same graph in certain areas. So in this section three, we talk about the best practices, the models, and then how could we imitate those models, not just take them blindly as is and implement them for Pakistan, but try to figure out how we could take some of the pages from the playbook and improve those and apply them to Pakistan. Section 4 is the main meat, the main crux of this entire series of presentations, where we've identified 25 different modules. What are the modules? Education is one, healthcare is one, technology is one, eradicating corruption, fighting with bureaucracy, urban development, agricultural reform, social reform, legal and criminal reform. All these are all the different, some of the examples of the types of modules that we have. So for every module, we have tried to come up with a state of the affair, how things are right now, what are the challenges that we are facing, and then again we're trying to make a strong enough case here that we must do something and we must do something now, or else it gets increasingly worse, exponentially bad over a period of time. And then for every module, we're coming up with quite a few recommendations of what we could do. Some of them are really low-hanging fruits, things that we could really start working on almost immediately, as long as we have an agreement on what we should be doing. Some of them are admittedly some moonshots, things which may seem very stretched goals right now, but then again, as a country, we really need these moonshots to hopefully to start working towards, to start materializing over a period of time. And then the last section is the call to action. So once you have gone through the whole presentation, all the lecture series we've got in sections one, two, three, and four, we now are looking at you as someone to come on board to help us run this program, to help us define what the program is. Again, all we are doing is we are saying, here are some of the areas that we've identified. Here are some of the best practices that we've identified. Let's take the practice. Let's take some of our recommendations and make them available for Pakistan. So this was a very high level overview of the five sections. In the next section, we'll provide a little bit more details about the five sections. Please go ahead and take a look at that as well. And then, of course, as we go through the whole series of presentations, at the beginning of each section, we'll have a detailed introduction of the section itself, what we're going to be presenting, what some of the takeaways for you would be, and as we continue with the whole conversation. So please stay on board, please stay engaged, and please provide us your thoughts and your feedback. And we'd love to see you in the next slide. Let's continue.